Good afternoon, class. Good afternoon, Mrs. Woody. Thank you. You can sit down. All right, then. The last lesson that we had, you were given an exercise to do on fractions, and that was on adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing fractions. Okay, we have to look at that exercise before we continue. All right, letters A to H. We'll start from Garonamo. Your answer to letter A, please. 3 1/3 plus 2 2/3. 6. Put it on. 6. Okay, the answer for A is 6. B, Raylene?
2 1/6.
2 1/6 is correct. Agnes? C?
1 17/18.
1 17/18 is correct. D, Kila?
-1, 2/15.
-1 and
2/15.
2/15 is correct. E, Lester?
4.
You sure it's 4? Letter E. 1 1/4 times 3/5. It can't be 4. Did you say 4? It can't be 4. Is that the one or you have a different one? 1 1/4 times 3 on 5. It can't be 4. Siegfried.
3/4.
3/4? You all agree? Yes, it's supposed to be 3/4. That's 5 on 4 times 3 on 5. You can solve 5 and you get 3/4. Geno? F. Louder. 2. Okay, 2 is correct. A half divided by 1/4 is 2. Letter G. I forgot her name.
7/30.
7/30. All agree? Esther? H.
-3 and 9/32.
-3 and 9/32 is correct. Any questions? No? So you all know how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide fractions. So when you are given questions, you should know how to do that correctly. Okay, I'll go over the questions again. Letter A, the answer is 6. B, 2 1/6. C, 1 17/18. D, -1 and 2/15. E, 3/4. F, 2. G, 7/30. And H, -3 and 9/32. Okay, next thing we are going to look at is adding and subtracting, multiplying and dividing decimals. Okay, first of all, to add and subtract. I'll just give an example. Okay, 47, we'll look at question A and another 2 questions from there. 47.47 0.07 plus 19.96 plus 33.38. Okay, when you were taught this by your grade 10 teacher, what were the important things that you were asked to do or to remember when you add and subtract decimals? Put your hand up if you remember something important that you were taught before when you add and subtract decimals. Ponrele.
The decimal placing should always be in a straight line.
Very well said. Okay, very good. The decimal should be in a straight line. So someone who's been taught that if you see this, then you should rewrite this as 19.96, where the decimal should be kept in a straight line. Okay, very good. Anything else, Andrew? Or is that the only important thing that you remember?
Add from right to left.
Okay. Add from right to left. You follow that when you add. So you add the numbers on the right first and then the numbers on the left. Okay. 8 plus 6 plus 7. Peter? 21. Write down 1, carry 2. 3 plus 9 plus 0 and then plus the 2. Danny?
14.
14. Okay. That's 9 plus 3, 12. 12 plus 2 is 14. Carry 1. 3 plus 9 plus 7. Gabriel?
19.
3 plus that plus 7. 19 plus 1 will be 20. Am I right? Okay. We're carrying 2. 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. Plus 2 will be 10. So the answer for A is 100.41. All right then, example number 2. Letter E, this is letter A. Letter E, this is now on multiplication. And division. Okay, I'm going to change letter E a little bit. I'll write it as 0.62 multiplied by 0.31 divide the answer by 0.2. Okay, I am multiplying 0.62 times 0.31. I want the rule for that. Miriam?
When multiplying the decimal numbers, always put the decimal number, counting how many places there are behind the decimal point.
Okay, so when I get the answer to 0.62 times 0.31, I have to count 1, 2, 3, 4 before I put the decimal point. Okay, so 0.62 times 0.31. Dan, what's your answer to 0.62 times 0.31?
0.122. 0.1922.
0.1922. You agree? Okay, I'm now dividing that answer by 0.2. The rule that we follow when we divide decimals. Is it Chutaili? Okay, your turn. Tell us what to do. So I multiply 0.1922 by 100. I also multiply 0.2 by 100. That's what she's saying. I forgot her name. Who? Hekoi. Okay. Is what Chutali is saying true?
Yes, but you have to divide by the numbers after the decimal point determines how many tens you multiply to get a whole number.
Okay, so you mean this one? Or is it this one?
Both numbers.
So what are you saying? Am I going to multiply this by 10,000 and this one by 10 or?
Multiply both numbers by 10,000.
Okay, so I'm multiplying 0.1922 by 10,000 and I get what? 1922. And then I have to divide by the same number. So I'm getting 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm dividing 1,922 by 2,000. Is that correct? Huh? Is that correct, Velma?
I think you have to multiply 0.2 with 10 in order to make it a whole number, to make it easy to divide into 0.1922.
Okay. Should I only multiply this or I have to multiply the other one too? Both. Okay. She's saying I multiply both numbers by 10 just like what Jutali said, and I go 1.922 divided by 2. Tau. You agree? You agree with this one? Yes. Tao agrees with Velma, if I understand what you were saying. Because if you cannot multiply one by 10 and the other by 10,000. It doesn't work. It has to be the same number. Now, since you are in grade 11, not in grade 9 or 10 anymore, this is okay. This is also okay. So long as you have whole numbers. If you want to, you can multiply this even by 100 and get 19.22 divided by 20. So long as you can divide correctly and put the decimal point correctly. Now, what I think is it's got to be whole numbers. But then since you are in grade 11, so long as you put one of them to be a whole number, but then you have to divide by the same number. You cannot divide one by 1,000 and the other by 10. That's mathematically wrong. So if you can divide 1.99922 by 2, and I said, try not to use your calculator this time. Later on, you'll be allowed to use your calculator. Try and use your brain. Or 1,922 by 2,000. That will give you exactly the same answer. Okay, 1,922 divided by 2,000 will give us 0.961. Okay, and that's what you basically do when you multiply and divide decimals and when you add and subtract. decimals. Okay, you have to try and complete this exercise quickly because it won't take long. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. I would like to go also through the next part, which is still on decimals, but this time converting fractions to decimals and vice versa, which means decimals back to fractions. Okay, example 1. If I am asked to change 4/5 to a decimal, Jake, what do I need to do to change 4/5 to a decimal fraction? Pass the mic.
You change it into a percentage and then divide by 100.
Okay, what do you mean change into a percentage? Tell me.
By multiplying the fraction by 100.
So I multiply this by 100 and then
Get the answer and divide it by 100.
okay. I get 400 divided by 5, which is 80. And then he's saying I divide 80 by 100 and I get, sorry. No, that's not equal. 4, let me just redo this again. 4/5, Jake is saying it's equal to 4/5 multiplied by 100, and I have to divide everything by 100. Okay, so 400 divided by 5 and then divided by 100 again. So that's 80 divided by 100 will give me 0.8. Okay, is that correct? Okay. Any other ways? Livingston? You need the mic.
You divide the numerator by the denominator.
Okay, divide 4 by 5. Using long division, it's still okay. 4 divided by 5 cannot go. So 40 divided by 5 will be 8. Okay, the good thing about this method is that you will have whole numbers, and then you know when you divide by 100, you just move the decimal point 2 places to the left. So in a way, you will be dealing with whole numbers until the end. This one is okay if you are very fast at using long division. You are able to do this quickly, then you will get the answer quickly as well. So 0.8 is the answer to 4/5. You can either do this or just divide the numerator by the denominator. Okay, if I wanted to change the other way around, I wanted to change 0.32 to a fraction, an ordinary fraction in the form A/B. Patrick?
By 100.
You mean 0.32 multiplied by 100 and that's it? You just told me multiply by 100. If I multiply 0.32 by 100, I get 32. Is that all I have to do?
Then divide by 100.
Divide by 100, okay. You move the decimal point, how many, it depends on how many decimals you got. Like if it's 0.3 only, you multiply, sorry, move the decimal point to the right once. If you do that, that means you have to divide by 10. If you move the decimal point 2 places, that means you have to divide by 100. So it's 32 divided by 100, and then you simplify. Dividing by 2, 32 into 2 is 16. 100 into 2 is 50. And then you have to simplify further. 16 divided by 2 is 8, and 50 divided by 2 is 25. So 0.32 as a fraction is 8 over 25. And in case you're wondering, because in your worksheet it says convert the following decimals into vulgar fractions. Vulgar fractions are those ordinary ones that you can write in the form A over B, because a decimal is also a fraction. So a vulgar fraction is in the form A over B. Okay, what I would like you to do now is to complete the exercise, which some of you have started. Question 1, A to I, and then on converting fractions to decimals, A to E and A to D, question 2. Okay, you have only 10 minutes, please. In 10 minutes, I'll go through A to I. Which one? Why did I divide? I just decided to change it. I wanted to explain the division, whatever, so I just decided to change it. It's not the same letter. I just put this there. We'll still do E like the way it is. I just decided to change. So don't put divided by, just leave it like that. Yeah.
Decimal fraction conversions is still supposed to.
Yeah.
We're gonna do this later. Convert the following recurring decimals into multiplier.
You can do that one.
We want this.
Huh?
We want this.
Oh, you can do it. I'll give it to you for homework. Which one? This one here? No, 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 no. I'm explaining that. That's new. That's our lesson for tomorrow. So don't worry about that one. Wait. What? Next thing. Okay, no worries. Okay, we look at the answers to letters A to I. Patrick, will start from you. Sorry, A we did. That was A. E, we'll leave it the way it is. I just changed it here to explain how you divide, how you can divide by a decimal. Okay, letter B, Patrick, your answer.
17.064.
Okay, correct. Livingston, C.
4.13.
Okay, good. D. Miriam.
1.545.
Thank you. Letter E is 0.1922. Okay, F. Then.
658.56.
Okay, 658.56. G.
0.004163.
Good. Hekoi. H.
36.
And Velma. I.
6.4.
Okay, good. Next one. Three quarters is a decimal. Danny?
0.75.
0.75 is correct. Tau? B. 3/8 is a decimal.
0.375.
0.375 is correct. Ponrele? C. 27 on 100.
0.27.
0.27 is correct. D. Andrew, 15 on 16.
0.9375.
Okay, 0.9375 is correct. Peter, 27 on 500.
0.54. 0.054.
0.054. Okay. I'll stop here, and then what you're going to do next lesson is you're going to change those four questions, 0.25, 0.2, 0.24, 0.0362, ordinary fractions, and then the next one, you're going to change those fractions to recurring decimals. Clear? That's your homework for us to look at tomorrow. Tomorrow we are going to look at changing recurring decimals back to fractions, which is, I think, something new that you haven't done. Okay, so this lesson, we've looked at decimals. The keyword for this lesson, decimals. Or to the model teacher, the pilot teacher, the keyword for this lesson is decimals. Good afternoon, 11, or good afternoon, class.